Moving on to the 2nd Brigade, I would ideally like to have this unit be my anvil, have it do what the 1st Brigade is doing, but I can't. That's because it starts off too far south. So I'm going to go ahead and move it along the road to position due south of the wood line of the field. It's going to be my anvil. Because of its larger size, it'd make a more effective attacking force, but I just don't have the time. This scenario only has 45 minutes for the Union to achieve a victory, and to move this unit into a position to the west of the Confederate positions would just take too long. So I'll have it start off south of the victory hexes, or the victory positions, and probe to a northerly direction. Lieutenant Chrome's battery. These are the only 2 Parrott guns I've got. I want to have it set up to the right of the 2nd Brigade, basically at the southern end of that set of woods. Hopefully from that position I'll have a good field of fire across the woods, across the field, and help secure the Union right flank. This is the approximate position of where I'm going to set up the battery here. I may make adjustments, but I want to get them moving in this general direction. Okay, I'm trying to get everybody moving in the correct general direction. You can see a couple of the victory hexes out there in the distance. So you can see the 2nd Brigade has a bit of a haul to walk. This is why I cannot use them as my main attack. There's just no time to get them into attack position. And that's the 1st Brigade marching up the woods road, which is exactly what I did not want them to do. And you can hear the sound of the cannons. That's the Confederate batteries that are firing on them, which is also what I did not want to have happen. So much for best laid plans. You can see some Confederate positions there in front of us. Looks like cavalry, dismounted cavalry to the front. I'm going to have Lieutenant Chrome's batteries move a little closer to them to give some support. And here's one of the problems I was trying to avoid. It looks like the 1st Brigade's deploying before I want it to. So I'm going to have to move them further into the wood lines here. Nothing wrong with personal initiative on the part of my computer commander, but I really need them in the woods. Okay, looks like 1st Brigade just finally moving where I needed to go. 2nd Brigade is still coming up awfully slow, though. As you can see, these 2 units were fairly far apart during the initial deployment, which, given that I'm 5.5 minutes into this engagement, it's going to be 10 minutes before I can launch my attack, at best case. We're going to get them moving up the road here. Okay, here is the position I want to at least temporarily move 1st Brigade to. It's just slightly west of what is now the Appalachian Trail along the ridge. And we'll get them facing north here. And here they come. And 2nd Brigade is still relatively far away. Looks like my estimate of launching the attack at 10 minutes after the hour was optimistic. I'm going to go ahead and order these guys to run, just to get them out of this artillery fire and into their attack position. since 2nd Brigade is so far behind, they'll have a chance to catch their breath here once they get in position. And here comes the 2nd Brigade, slowly. I'm going to go ahead and get them situated where I want them to be. This looks like about the approximate position I want the center of the brigade. My intent is for them to engage those Confederate dismounted cavalry just to their front. They'll deploy this way and then move straight north. Okay, I've jumped forward in time about 4 minutes waiting for the 2nd Brigade to deploy. They're finally getting into a skirmish line, correction, a line of battle facing north. Still not there yet, and so my goal of launching my attack at 10 minutes after the hour was in fact way optimistic. Okay, here I am at the 1st Brigade position, approximately. And we're looking to the northeast. They're all ready to move forward. And here's 2nd Brigade. It's just about ready to move forward against those Confederate dismounted cavalry. And I'm ordering the 1st Brigade forward. And over here is 2nd Brigade. I'm going to have it probe forward. As you can see, my artillery has not yet gotten into position, but I just don't have the time anymore to wait for them. I've got to get moving now because I only have about 30 minutes to capture all those victory hexes. And I have my ordnance wagon, which seems to be bound and determined to get in my line of fire. For some reason, it wants to charge the Confederates. So I'm going to try to get it out of the way. Okay, I'd stopped the 1st Brigade because 2nd Brigade still wasn't quite in the position I wanted to be in. Now we're at 17 and a half minutes after 9 o'clock, and I'm going to move them forward. And here's the 1st Brigade. We're going to make some final adjustments. Move them a little bit to the left, and then they will go forward also. Okay, I think I've got everybody in the position I need them in. I'm going to go ahead and have 1st Brigade advance at a walk. And we're at 2nd Brigade, still trying to get my artillery to reduce the Confederates. And we're moving forward 2nd Brigade. Meanwhile, back at 1st Brigade, they've stopped short of the Confederate lines, so I'm going to go ahead and move them forward just a little bit more and hopefully get an engagement going. 2nd Brigade is still slowly moving forward, or slowly deploying. We have one of their regiments moving across the brigade front right now. And 1st Brigade is just about to the point of engaging. It looks like the Confederate artillery is engaging 2nd Corps. As I talked about earlier, this field that I just panned across, that's historically the line of axis for the attack of the original, the historical Union attack. That field is actually purchased by the Civil War Preservation Trust to preserve it. And the 1st Brigade is moving forward. We have a regiment there on the right that's engaging with their rifles. I'm going to advance my leftmost regiment here. Looks like we have an artillery park ahead of us. And it looks like some Confederates are retreating across our front. We're going to go ahead and do a charge. And it looks like the 11th Ohio from the 2nd Brigade is broken. They will be pretty much useless for the rest of the game.